Hello, I'm Aaron, and welcome to Boardscape. I'm here to help you know what you should buy, back, and play this week on Kickstarter Weekly. I am not going to be going over everything because it's been a little while since I've done one of these, and there's just far too many games out there right now. So I'm going to sort of hit the bigger names that are going on. As you can see, we're starting with Dominations Road to Civilization Deluxe Edition. Now, Dominations is a tile-laying civilization game, and it's one that quite a few people really loved and quite a few people thought was okay. It really made a big splash with what it was doing when it first came out and then kind of disappeared. But if you were interested in it, then you can get the deluxe edition now. And this is going to come with a couple new things, including some expansion type content and a big box, or a big sleeve, I guess it would be, for the game. And you can see here, like, you're building up a civilization, running up some tracks, laying down tiles in a variety of ways. Just grow, build, and develop are going to be your three things here. I'm not going to go too in depth with this. There's plenty of videos out there on how to play this game, as it has been out for a while. Now, the expansions that you get here, you're going to get Dynasties, Hegemon, Provinces, Silk Road, so that's 4 expansions, as well as the Empire Pack, which gives you all these extra things, and the deluxe slipcase. So you're able to get all of that, if you're interested, for $181. Now, if you're a previous backer and just want the new content, it'll be $43. So if you've played this game before, if you've played Dominations, let me know in the comments below, because it's one of those that I've always been interested in, but not enough to really check out. With so many good games out there, and just sort of hearing not the best of things about the original base game, I kept it in the back of my radar. Always interested, never enough to even watch a video on it. So let me know if you've played it and if it's worthwhile. Next up, we have Hellboy expansions and the dice game. This is going to be an interesting campaign. Obviously, it's doing very well at 3,700 backers, $3,600. $3,600,000? That's not the right number. 360,000. This is going to be expansions for Hellboy, where they are not reproducing Hellboy. Now, I do know that you can get Hellboy online in some certain areas, but I was really personally hoping to be able to check all of this out at once, but I'm not going to be able to do that, because they're just, the base game is not here, which is interesting. Now, there's only 3 days left, probably 2 by the time this video goes up, so there's not a lot of time here. Hellboy seems like one of those that I hear about, but then is never on anybody's lists of games that you should play, or even good ones to check out. So it's always been sort of a mystery to me. Like, do people actually like this game, or do just people who like Hellboy like this game? Now, the dice game is... Oh, the other thing to note is that there is only one pledge level. $110, you're going to get all 4 expansions in the dice game. You can't buy the dice game separate. You can't buy the expansions separately. It's either all or nothing here. Which, another interesting way to go about this. The expansions here are going to be the Storm and the Fury, adding these guys. I don't know anything about Hellboy, so I'm not going to be helpful here. You get those dudes. Big dragon looking man, Hellboy, Last King of Britain, Nimue. You get the End of Days that come with a couple other guys, agents. You get the Pandemonium. You get Hell on Earth, and you get the dice game. This is obviously one of those games that if you are a fan of the base game, you've been waiting for this. 3,700 people have been waiting for this, and I mean, it's doing very well for a game that doesn't even include the base game. Now, I'm sure they have their reasons for that. They've probably even gone into it. It's still very weird for me. The dice game is about as simple as a dice game gets. So, if you're interested in that, you can check it out. If you're interested in this only for the dice game, then this might be the most expensive dice game that you'll buy at $110 if you're just getting rid of the expansions. So, Hellboy, it's out for another day or two at least. Next up, we have a fun one, Miniquest Adventures, the board book game. Now, this is going to be a dungeon crawling game based on, the 16-bit video game style. And so you can sort of see here that they have the book, they have the different 16-bit type layouts. You're going to have different characters, different quests that you're going on. Your typical dungeon crawling experience. I mean, you can see all the things here. And then one dungeon book with 7,776 combos. That's a lot of combos, and I don't know if anybody will ever possibly get through them all. But if you're looking for a smaller sort of adventure game that you can play that doesn't go too in-depth but still provides that same feel, this might be a game worth looking into. Miniquest Adventures. It is going to cost $29. The early bird's basically over. So early bird 39 backers, so $33. That's nothing in the world of Kickstarter. $33 gets it for you. Next up, we have a big one for this week, My Father's Work. Almost 5,000 backers, almost 500,000 raised, 9 days to go. I'm going to have a video of this going a little more in depth in a video coming out, I think, tomorrow. And so be sure to, if you've not subscribed and are interested in that, check it out below. Or check it out below. What the heck am I talking about? It's not even out yet. Subscribe below so that you can get it when it does come out. But this game is going to be from, I think, Renegade Games. Yeah, it's a Renegade exclusive. Going to be just on Kickstarter and then most likely the Renegade website. It's $100. And what you're paying for, you get what you pay for. If you want to see my thoughts on all of this, then again, be sure to check out the next video. But $100, and this is going to be basically a crap, I'm forgetting the word. This is going to be a 2 to 4 player worker placement game where your workers are going to be able to go into different areas of your castle and do different things. You're going to be trying to gather body parts to from graveyards to be able to do your experiments. And this is going to be a generational game. So as we scroll down here, let's see. So you'll have your village board where you're able to go out and see the village and get stuff. The estate, which is going to be your worker placement area that you're also able to upgrade. Now, the thing that's important about the estate is that this is as I said, a generational game. So you're going to play, I think, over 4 generations, and every generation, everything starts over for you except your estate. So you can pass on knowledge in this area here, or you can build up your estate, and those will carry over. So your estate's going to play a pivotal role here in what you can do in later rounds. This is a game I want to love, but if you'll watch my video tomorrow, you'll see why I don't, or why I probably would love it, but will not be backing it. So, $100, you get 3 different scenarios, which basically are overarching storylines, and overall, it looks like a very interesting game. Let me know if you are interested in this. Next up, Judgement, Eternal Champions. Now, this is going to be a competitive miniatures tabletop game that I know absolutely nothing about. I'm just letting you know that there are some on here if you are interested in it. I know they have apparently they have tournaments for this. It's very collectible, and so you're able to get some monsters here. I think the base pledge, the competitor's base game or base set is 100. The hero's base game, collector's base game is 162. So if you've ever wanted to look into Judgement or have wanted to maybe hop into the system, now might be a good time to do so. But you can come on here and check out what all you get for that, because there's a lot of pledge levels, a lot of things going on that I just don't care to personally look into. Probably should have, since I'm making a video about this, but I really only added this on here to make you aware that it's here in case you are interested in it. So next up, Stationfall, another game that's doing pretty well. This is going to be a game where your station, the space station, is sort of falling to Earth, and everybody that is playing is having their own secret objectives, their own abilities also that they have to play throughout this game. Some people are might be trying to escape, some might be trying to save it, some might be trying to make sure the station goes down and everybody with it. So you're sort of working with each other while also being weary of each other. Very much reminds me, and maybe it's the theme that does this, but very much reminds me of Nemesis in that aspect, where you're competitive, but you're cooperative. You're all playing together, but you don't know who's actually on your side. So it's definitely interesting. It's let's see, 164 for the base game. If you want it with the miniatures expansion, it's 100. So nothing too out of the ordinary. Probably a little more than I would spend on a game like this. I would think that if this goes to retail, that it'll end up way cheaper than that, but I don't know if it is or not. So yeah, you're going to be moving around the space station, going from area to area, doing different things. You're going to have, where is it? Up here. You're going to have a reveal stage. You're going to influence each other. You're going to have an activation stage where you're activating your actions and whatnot. Renegotiation stage where you're trying to talk to people about it, and then you're resolving those things. So it seems very interesting, and a game that I would want to try a friend's version of before I would spend the money on it. But let me know what you think about it in the comments below. I want to play it, but not enough to spend that kind of money on it. Lost Empires is a head-to-head, card-driven area control game, which that's a lot going on right there, and it's not very expensive. If you get into it for the recruit pledge for 19, which is the base game, 25 for the base game and the stretch goals. So it's really going to be a 1v1 card game, or 2v2 card game. So there's 4 different factions, each doing their own thing, because they're their own faction, while you guys sort of battle back and forth trying to take control of this. And you can see the artwork. It's a futuristic space type thing. I'm not a huge fan of this artwork, but I'm not a huge fan of this game in general, just because I don't really get two-player card games like this to the table very often. So, not for me, maybe for you. One that I have been looking forward to is Dice Theme Park. I've always loved the idea of Dice Hospital, never played it, but the theme park idea is one that I can get more on board with. It's one of the reasons that I am just about to back, or pre-order I guess at this point, Dinosaur World through Game Nerds, because I missed the Kickstarter. It's sort of theme park, Jurassic Park theme park game, and there just are not enough good theme park games, and I'm hoping that this ends up being one. Now, I will say up front that I will not be backing this. I will be waiting for it to come to retail. The extras don't incentivize me enough for the price. And if it ends up being anything like Dice Hospital, I'll be able to pick it up for $35, $40 in the future. But if you are interested in this, you will be building your own theme park. You'll be having money, cubes, trying to get people, all sorts of things. Look, mascots, workers, anything and everything. So what's in the box? You're going to have a scoreboard, 4 theme park boards, 36 attractions, which I would have wanted quite a few more than that in a base game. 24 mascots, all of these stuff, staff cards, administrator cards, meeple skill cards, all ways that it's going to impact your dice and what you can do. You're going to have awards and monorails, and then a crap ton of tokens. So if you've played Dice Hospital, you'll know the basic gist of this game, that you're building up your theme park with your dice, augmenting those dice and what you can do with your cards and the tiles that you play. So that's going to be $81 for the deluxe edition, which is also going to come with this. So the base game, $54, deluxe, $81. The deluxe is going to come with 5 monorail miniatures to hold some dice in, 6 additional hex tiles for the experimental rides mini expansion, new of everything, solo components, which is a big turnoff to me because that means that the solo components will not be in the base game. As somebody that plays a lot of solo cards, or a lot of solo games, that's going to be a big knock against this for me. And then a whole bunch of promo packs. So if you're interested in this, it's there. This week we're going to take a look at Florence, which is going to reach 1,000 backers a day or two. This is going to be by the makers of Ragusa and Venice. 2 games that people have talked about that they seem to enjoy. A relatively quick game where you are working to sort of control Florence. You're trying to control the different areas. You're going to roam the streets by dispatching your family. You're going to beat the queens. Is that what that says? I can't read that. Your family are bound by the rules of high society. The more people show up, the less that you're likely to do. Flaunt your wealth. You're going to be showing off your money. I don't know. Again, probably should have actually looked at this game before I made a video about it, but it's super late here, and I needed to make this video, and I just wanted to also get in bed. And it's not a game that I necessarily cared about, but wanted to let you guys know is here in case you care about it. So, sorry for that, but tomorrow, look forward to the video on my father's work where I go a little more in depth, and I'm going to try a little bit of a different system than what I've done before. Where before I have done things like who should back this, and just sort of did a basic rundown and who I think should and shouldn't back it. But I recently had a video, which I will link above right now. In that video, I lay out my 10 things that I look at when I am backing a game or looking at a game on Kickstarter. So I'm going to run through those 10 items with my father's work and let you see where I stand on the game, maybe give you a little bit of an idea of what else is going on there. So if that different kind of format interests you, if you watched the video, make sure to leave comments letting me know whether or not you like that or the way that I've done them before. So that's it for tonight. I'm going to bed. Have a good night. As always, game on.